With the name of Almighty One God, who is most merciful and most beneficent. Peace be upon Prophet Muhammad and all the prophets of Almighty One God. I take refuge of Satan, with the name of Almighty One God. My name is Dr. Abu Abdullah and I am certified, qualified from International Islamic University. We are learning the last revelation, Al-Quran, which is unchanged since it was revealed more than 1400 years ago. Today we are starting chapter AlAraf, means height. So we start, this is the 7th chapter of Quran. The period of its revelation is about the same as that of Al-An'am, the last year of the Prophet's residence at Mecca, but it cannot be asserted with certainty which of these two was revealed earlier. The major issues, divine laws and guidance in this chapter are an invitation to the people of the book, means Jews and Christians, to become Muslims. A warning is given to the unbelievers about the consequences of their denial through citing the example of punishment which were inflicted upon former people for their wrong attitudes towards their prophets. Next, the Jews are warned about the consequences of their hypocritical conduct towards the Prophet. Next, commandments to propagate the message of Islam with wisdom. Next, the prophets as well as the people to whom they are sent will be questioned on the day of judgment. Next, commandment to the believers that they should wear decent and proper dress and eat pure and good food. Next, dialogue between the residents of the paradise, the inmates of hell, and the people of AlAraf, means height between paradise and hell. Next, affluence and adversity are reminders from Allah. Next, Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the prophet for the whole of mankind. The fact that the advent of Muhammad, peace be upon him, was described in Torah and the Gospel, means Injil. Next, the fact that the Jews have fabricated a wrong belief about Allah's forgiveness. Next, mankind's testimony about Allah at the time of Adam's creation. Next, Allah created all of the mankind from a single soul. Next, Allah's commandment to show forgiveness, speak for justice, and avoid the ignorant. Next, Allah's commandments about listening the recitation of Quran with complete silence and in its respect. So these were the major issues, divine laws and guidance in this chapter Araf. The principal subject of this chapter or surah is an invitation to the divine message sent down to Muhammad, Prophet, peace be upon him. The messenger had spent 13 long years admonishing the people of Mecca without any tangible results because they had turned a deaf ear to this message and had become so antagonists that Allah was about to command the Prophet to leave them alone, migrate and turn to other people. That's why they are being admonished to accept the message, and a warning is given about the consequences of their wrong attitude. Now that the Prophet was about to receive Allah's commandments to migrate from Mecca, the concluding portion of the address has been directed towards the people of the book, with whom he was going to come into contact at Medina, where Prophet migrated. During the course of the address to the Jews, the consequences of their hypocritical attitude towards the Prophet is also pointed out clearly, for their preferred to believe in the Prophet Moses, but their practices were opposed to his teachings. They were not only disobeying him but were in fact worshipping falsehood. At the end of the chapter or surah, instructions are given to the Prophet and his followers to show patience and exercise restraint in answer to the provocation of their opponents. Since the believers were under pressure and stress, they are advised to be very careful and not to take any step that might harm their cause. So, this is the summary of the chapter Arafat. So, now we start the chapter from the verse first. Alif Lam Mim Swad. This book is revealed to you. Let there be no discomfort in your heart about it, so that you may thereby warn the unbelievers and remind the believers. Say, O people, follow what has been brought down to you from your Rabb, God, and don't follow other patrons besides him. Yet little do you take sub-admonition. How many towns we have destroyed for their sins. Our scourge took them all of a sudden at night or while they were taking their afternoon rests. And when our scourge fell upon them, their only cry was, "We have indeed been wrongdoers." On the day of judgment, we shall question those to whom prophets were sent, and we shall also question the prophets about our message and its response. Then we shall tell their whole story as an eyewitness. For we were never absent at any time or from any place. On that day, the scale of justice shall be established. Those whose scale of good deeds will be heavy, they are the ones who will attain felicity. And those whose scale is light, they shall find themselves in loss, for they had done injustice to our revelation. We are the one who established you on earth and provided you means of your sustenance therein, yet little is that you pay thanks. These are the verses 1 to 10, and in these verses Allah is describing the prophets as well as the people to whom they were sent shall be questioned on the day of judgment, and also the scale of justice shall be established on day of resurrection. Next, indeed we created you, then we fashioned you, then we asked the angels, prostrate yourself before Adam. They all prostrate accordingly, except Iblis. It is the name of Satan, who did not join those who prostrated. He was jinn, not angel. Allah said, what prevented you from prostrating when I commanded you? He replied, I am better than he. You created me from fire and him from clay. Allah said, get down from here. You have no right to brag here of your superiority. Get out here, forth, you are of the petty ones. Satan requested, give me respite till the day of resurrection. Allah said, the respite you requested is hereby granted. Satan said, since you let me deviate, now I will lie in ambush for mankind on your right way. I will come upon them from their front, from their rear, from their right, from their left, and you will not find most of them grateful to you. Allah said, get out from here, despicable and outcast. I will certainly fill hell with you and all of them who follow you. These are the verses 11 to 18. And here Allah is describing the story of Adam and Iblis, Shaitan. And Shaitan vowed to mislead Adam and his descendants. So here we finish our lecture. Please keep watching my channel, Dr. Abu Abdullah.